Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and as promised we are sitting to the absent in the rain once again to check out what's up with the second ending. So if you've not seen everything before the deciding choice, well, I would suggest checking the previous a little lengthy video, but well, I would say it's worth it. We four are jumping to the deciding choice. We are choosing the other one to see what's gonna happen. So basically, previously, what we answered was, I don't want that, even if it were to kill me. Now, let's answer, I will live on, and let's see where this goes. I will somehow manage. I don't know if I'll live a good life, but I will at least survive. While occasionally remembering you. Remembering? Yes, not forgetting. Even if you were gone, I'm sure I'd be able to live on thanks to you. I'll never forget you. So don't worry, I'll be fine. You won't forget. She mutters quietly. Then she laughs, troubled. I see. Haruya-kun is strong. No, he's not. Strong? Yes, strong. Ah. She lowers her face slightly and seems to be thinking about something. Before long, she looks up again. Are you free tomorrow after school? I'm at a loss on how to answer. I certainly don't have any plans, but it's doubtful whether I will live to face tomorrow. I'm free, but I'm just hoping I can get through today. What's up with that? Do you have accumulated schoolwork to do? Eh? Well, something like that. Something like that. Senpai doesn't seem to notice that my responses are vague. Then, Haruya-kun, please finish your homework before tomorrow. I've been feeling a little tired lately, so I want to go home now and rest. After we're both in perfect condition, why don't we head out to the station? Do you want to make memories before graduating? It feels a little hasty. It's important to seize the day. But haste makes waste. No, I want to hurry. The time I can spend wearing a uniform is short compared to the rest of my life. She picks up her bag and walks towards the exit. So I'll be going home now. What about you? After all, half station, I answer, I'll stay a little longer. Okay, see you tomorrow. Senpai, I hope you get some rest today. Of course, tomorrow is going to be a big day. Big day. Yeah. Saying that, she left. I take a deep breath and exhale slowly. If my breath had a color, it would be horribly cloudy and dark. I feel like I just said things I didn't mean, but to begin with, I'm not a strong person. Yeah, we know you are not. In this school life, I haven't fully adapted to yet. This clubroom is, without a doubt, the place I belong. And Senpai is my main conversation partner. I mean, to be fair, you should think more about her, like, of her in a more close way. But the reason why I go out of my way to visit the clubroom every day is the expectation that she will be there. If I lose someone who means this much to me, will I really be able to bear it? No. I'm not sure, but I believe I had no choice but to answer that I can do it. What a weirdo. Otherwise, she won't be able to graduate. She probably has no choice but to go back to where she came from. And when the time comes, I must not be the reason she can take that step. That's why I must hide my feelings. Dude has to do, like, the most stupid thing to do. Never hide your feelings, okay? Reveal them. Say that you freaking love someone if you love them. Holding back. More like holding back on saying that is ridiculous. Say it. If you reject it, that's how it's supposed to be. But at least you will not be regretting later that you have not said anything. Anyway, however, that wasn't the only lie in our conversation. Hearing a phrase, making memories before graduation, we both undoubtedly thought of the hydrangea garden we visited the other day. As we had a pact, neither of us said anything about it. It's a memory that created a rift in our relationship, so we wanted to bury it in silence. That way, from the time we first met until the time we parted, our time together would have no flaws. There would indeed be some shaky moments, but overall, it would take the shape of a neat, clean line. I'm sure that Senpai, who isn't aware of the Rain Ayakashi approaching me, is thinking that. What if she's aware? For this reason, I went along with her script. I have a bad habit of looking back on conversations. I pick up my bag. This is just my guess, but after school tomorrow, she will go out with me for the last time, and then she will return to her original world. Tonight, that's what I will tell the Rain Ayakashi. He came to bring her back, and now he can save the trouble of setting traps. They can reconcile. For the time being, this will settle the matter. I think I've created a nice storyline where everything falls into place. Nobody can complain about this, except Lynx. Except Lynx. Listen, I'm not complaining about the story in itself, okay? I'm complaining by how this guy thinks. Yes, nobody, except Lynx. With the club room behind me, I remember. Is it even possible for you to leave? You love our literature club. I have to graduate. That's not the answer. Wrong. She never answered in the first place. No. Not answering is an answer in itself. My feet stop. I start walking again. I said I could live on without her. Which was a lie. Based on my reply, we both moved accordingly. Even though I didn't really choose the answer, it will determine my future. I want it to end well. To achieve that, tonight's rain, the final hurdle I must overcome. You ruined time! Amidst the pattering rain, the sullen voice of the monstrous shark resounds. From under the umbrella, I watch the grotesque mouth move. The answer you've reached, will you please let me know? I nod and take a deep breath in the moist night air. My heart is about to explode. A sickening chill runs down my spine, and I fear I could lose my mind at any moment. Even if I wish I could put off answering forever, I make up my mind and speak out. I have no intention of cooperating with you, because there is no need to do that in the first place. I cannot seem to figure out what you mean. My apologies, but could you explain yourself in a manner that even a dullard such as myself can understand? He's both polite and rude, man. At first glance, you would think he treats others like equals, but in reality, he's overbearing and provoking. I mean, he could eat you in a second. I had a faint impression of his condescending attitude when we first met, but now it's reached its peak. I'm sure the Rain Ayakashi sees me as a foolish human being. My whole body feels so oppressed, my skin tangles, but I try my best to speak calmly. It's simple. There is no need to lure Senpai out and bring her back. She'll probably come to you instead. Today, I talked to her at school, although she didn't really directly tell me. She mentioned graduating from school and leaving this place. I believe she set the time limit for her return to tomorrow. So, could you at least wait until then? She'll surely come back to your world. You don't have to kill me because she wouldn't obey the order to come back. She must have finally made up her mind. So why don't you go back to where you came from and listen to her side of story? The sound of the rain replaces my voice. Like a rock protruding from the surface of the water, the Rain Ayakashi stares at me without moving his eyeballs and sinks to the ground for a few seconds. When he resurfaces, he begins to speak slowly, as if to comment on my opinion. Well,
There are various things from your story that bother me, but I shall put them aside for now.
I really hate his way of speaking.
However, there is a serious mistake in your statements that I cannot overlook.
A mistake? Where?
You seem to have been misunderstood, but the reason I have come to this world is not to bring back Yukino Akabane. By order of my master, I have to kill Yukino Akabane. She continuously refused her orders to return, so I said I would kill her for that reason. However, that does not mean I won't be killing her even if she does return.
What? Dude, aren't you two from the same place?
Sure, she's of my same kin, but it's precisely because she's a disgrace to her entire species that she must be killed.
Revealing his true nature. The shark monster bares his teeth and becomes furious. I'm so overwhelmed that I can't move.
How dare a child of man speak so insolently? Did you even think of trying to convince me for Yukino's sake?
With a big splash of water, the figure of rain, Ayakashi disappears before my eyes. That's when I came to my sense, look around, searching where he has gone. Feeling an unbearable pressure overhead, I instinctively put down my umbrella and look up at the sky. Darkness, a cozy darkness, an endlessly dark darkness spreads behind the pure white teeth.
I should have done this since the beginning.
I hear the muffled sound of splashing water. He's going on a hunt, isn't he? My consciousness returns from darkness, and I can hear the rain.
Haruya Shitaji is here.
The voice of the Ayakashi shakes my whole body, and I hardly stand up with a jump. I look around my surroundings even though I feel like collapsing due to my hazy consciousness. Huh? Darkness all around, I can see the shark.
It looks like you just woke up.
His deep, echoing voice makes my body numb. I can feel his voice enveloping my whole body, as well as the lukewarm feeling of a wobbly and swaying ground. I am vaguely able to guess my situation. I'm inside the rain Ayakashi's mouth. As my eyes adjust to darkness, wow. I notice a row of majestic teeth layering on top of the bottom of my vision. And the shadow I can see from within his mouth is...
This guy's life's precious to you, isn't it? Then I'll trade for yours. Do you understand? Yukino Akabane. Or rather, winged Ayakashi Kabane Shira Yukihime, the deathly red-winged deity.
Senpai!
Don't be noisy.
When I involuntarily lean forward and shout, my feet begin to tilt. The Ayakashi has lifted the tip of his tongue. Haruya-kun!
Don't you move, Shira Yukihime.
For a moment, I feel the illusion of my body floating up at the rain Ayakashi's angry voice. I somehow manage to avoid falling to the back of his throat, and the tongue finally regains its original flatness. Oi, Fukae, do you really think that will work against me? Don't you know who I am?
Of course I do. If I fight you head on, my odds of winning are slim. That's why I decided on this approach. Apparently you seem to have a deep bond with this guy.
Even if you take a hostage, it will be easy for me to overwhelm you and recapture him, isn't that right?
Surely it's really easy, but I can crush this guy in the instant it takes for you to do so.
I wonder if he has his umbrella. I mean, dude, just get the umbrella, stab him in the throat with it. He'll be instantly, like, spewed out. Anyway.
And even if I die, there are still plenty of others who will take over after me. I'm nothing more than a vanguard.
My life is being changed now. It doesn't feel real. A story about a world that I don't know about, and Senpai's stern voice that I hear for the first time. For the first time, all. They seem like lies. Are you willing to die?
I'm here to fulfill my master's mission. To do so, my life and death are trivial matters. Rather, surviving despite failing my lord's mission would be the real death.
Puh. My father is sure is loved by his pet fish.
One can fight against blood. Isn't that the reason you two are quite admired by this guy here?
The rain Ayakashi opens its mouth. Thanks to that, I can see better the scenery outside. In the middle of the rain and darkness, I see hints of the white light of the moon. The raindrops scattered on the trees and plants reflect the moonlight. The sight of the moon and raindrops drawing the colors of the flowers in the darkness is a sight to behold. Is the hydrangea garden. An open space surrounded by flowers and plants. In its center, a familiar figure stands. You are my senpai, right?
Haruya-kun.
In a complete change from before, her voice is terribly feeble.
This seems to be the right moment for questions.
Seeing a weakness in her, the Reina Akashi decides to attack.
Haruya, is there anything you would like to ask her? I'm sure there's a lot you want to know. For now, I allow you to say a few words.
Am I not allowed to speak without his permission? Until now, it seems I didn't even have that right. I can vaguely read his mood. The arrogance of the rain shark is something to be admired. And so is his shrewdness. What he probably wants is for me to denounce her. It must be nobody behind cornering her like that. As long as I can see through his calculations, I can't let myself be caught up in the Reina Akashi's plots. The pale moonlight shines on Senpai, and I can see her biting her lip and casting her eyes down. I can't hurt her. However, I don't really have a clue what to say.
Sorry, Haruya-kun.
She speaks up first. I'm taken back. I thought she was waiting for me to say something.
I know I should have told you first, and I'm sure there are many things you want to ask me. First of all, what the Reina Akashi said is true. I'm not human, and it's the truth that I attacked people. I've been hiding my identity. That's how I deceived you. I'm sorry. I don't know how to face you.
She says bitterly. Confessing one's guilt must be painful. But honestly, yes, maybe she has strayed from the right path, but I don't really care about that anymore. I don't want to play the role of the executioner, like the Reina Akashi hopes I will. The one who can decree a sin is a judge. But I'm just the kohai of my senpai. And now, as her kohai, what I should say is... No. I was the one who deceived you. I really don't want to be away from you. I'm not a strong person. Senpai, even you aren't that confident, right? You actually don't want to go home, right? She had made up her mind to return, so I tended to give her a little push. But then these words of mine plunged her into the depths of darkness. Why did you come to this world, Senpai? Why did you enroll in our high school? Without waiting for her reply, I kept pressing for answers. With the momentary sound of rain in between, she starts talking.
I was raised by my father, like some sort of pet. I was confined in a room that was spacious but empty. Had no windows, and was like a bug cage. I spent my time without meeting anyone. That's why I wanted to get involved with someone. So I forced myself to come here. But it was difficult. Just getting to meet people was my goal. I wanted real bonds. I couldn't do it very well. Maybe because I'm not human after all. The deadline was approaching, so I thought I'd just give up and just go home. Meeting you just before the deadline made me want to stay here a little longer. I have harmed many people. I lost count on how many people I have troubled and hurt. My guilt is crushing me, and in the end, even you are in danger of losing your life. I really am no good. It's only right that I should disappear.
That is not true! I always thought you were a great person. It's fun to get involved with people when all goes well, but when things go south, or you make mistakes, it's really painful, isn't it? Even when faced with setbacks, you've been trying to get involved with people, and that's amazing. You kept trying again and again and again. You should be proud. A strong person is you, not me.
Enough! Don't you hate her?
My eardrums are about to burst from the anger of the Reina Akashi. He must be frustrated that things aren't going the way he wanted them to. But thanks to him, I've been able to say what I want to say. That's all I can do. She closes her eyes while listening to my words. And before long, after a pause, as if she was trying to grasp the meaning of my words, she opens her mouth.
Thank you.
Her hands glow white. Her fingertips run along the nape of her neck. Senpai.
All the things you just said, they are my salvation.
I can see it. The blind... I can't. Shining white fingertips and grey streaks of light on her body. White light overflows from the cracks as if a dam had been burst open. That's the future I can see with my own eyes. The long-awaited moment has arrived. She shows resignation. It's time to fulfill her wish. I manage an unexpected escape from the shark's mouth. Let's go! The Reina Akashi's momentary lapse of concentration is probably the only reason a mere human like me can escape from him. As I run through the wet grass, I shout her name. Her name? I won't let you do that! But I'm only human, after all. Even if I can outsmart the monster for a moment, I can take the victory home.
You bastard!
The Reina Akashi immediately chased after me. Just before being eaten by the shark, I managed to say it. I want you to live! As a human, or rather as her kohai, I was able to at least say that much. The shark's body is filled with black water. I'm drifting inside the Reina Akashi as if in a violently flowing night sea. There isn't enough oxygen. My consciousness becomes vague. It's the sensation of drowning or suffocating. My thoughts become faint. What's the meaning of my words? What kind of meaning can it have for her to be told to live? I know, but the water is violently swirling. If the shark hasn't crushed me, does he still want to use me as a hostage? I don't know. I understand anything. In the midst of suffocation, my consciousness begins to be tied with a feeling of floating out of place. I see something in the darkness. It's a white light? That must be... It must be Senpai's hand. I feel it clearly in the dark. It's out of sight. She grabs my body and pulls me up. My body floats in the air. We're flying in the sky. You are Senpai, right? I ask, gasping for breath. I can't hide my surprise at the figure of the person who pulled me up. Long hair, white like moonlight, a jet black body with scarred wings and an expressionless face. A beautiful and extraordinary figure, an existence unknown to our world. Yes, I'm your Senpai, Haruya-kun. The voice that answers me is definitely hers.
Curse you, bastard!
He shouts angrily and chases after us. Black water is gushing out from one end of his back and it looks like he has been pierced. Senpai stops in the air while holding me and stretches out her hand towards the Reina Akashi. Reina Akashi, you said to risk your life to fulfill my father's orders. Then I'll bet my life here as well. Her fingertips glow white, drawing a wall between us and the Reina Akashi. Seeing that the shark is effectively blocked by the wall and crashes to the ground, she slides her fingertips onto her chest in a relieved gesture. Senpai. I'm alright, don't worry. There is a thin incision in her chest. Then, as if her interior was filled with light, a dazzling beam of light overflows from the cut in her torso. The light bursts out as if to split the night sky, but its power gradually weakens and eventually disappears as if it were an eye closing its eyes.
Shirayuki Hime, what are you?
I've returned the lifespan I had stolen to the sky. Now, I won't be able to stay in this world for long. I'll return to our original world.
Neither the Reina Akashi nor I seem to follow. However, she continues regardless.
Reina Akashi, your job here is no more. Can you go home first and prepare for when I come?
Are you insane? Even if you return now, you won't be spared.
I originally intended to kill you, so it's probably too late now. Rest assured, I don't have time or the strength left to attack people anymore.
Huh. Saying so, she descends to the ground. It is so silent that the fight from a moment ago seems like a lie. The battle is over. The Reina Akashi is stunned, but eventually grits his teeth and mutters something. It sounds like a throwaway line, but I can't catch it. Before parting, he glares at me and says,
Haruya Shitaji.
Yes?
I'm returning this. I can't take this filthy thing home with me.
Saying that, he spits out the umbrella I was holding when we were at my home. It's thrown open and bounces on the ground? Leaving the umbrella as a souvenir, he sinks into the earth. Silence. I can hear the rain. Before I know it, Senpai has returned to her human form. For a while we stand side by side. My mind isn't working properly. An empty hydrangea garden. I look down to the ground. She gets her eyes raised at the distant night sky. We're drenched in rain, both silent. When I turn around to look at her, she gently hugs me. Surprised and confused, I hug her back. Both of us are soaking wet, and that's why her warmth is transmitted to my skin.
Haruya-kun,
Yes.
I'm so glad.
Yes, me too, me too.
Yes.
I'm glad. Senpai. We've been doing that for a while now. Then we separate and look at each other.
We're soaking wet.
We match, yeah. Ask her while I pick up the umbrella, drain Ayakashi's spat out. So, what do we do now?
Yes, what should I do?
Whatever you decide, I'll be with you.
Hey, of course, because you're my kohai.
This is right, that's exactly it. This amount of distance is just right for a relationship. No, it's not. What are you talking about?
For now, you won't be able to go home unless we leave the hydrangea garden.
And that would be a problem.
Oh, I know.
My drenched senpai comes under the umbrella I'm holding up and she says,
Let's go home together, under a shared umbrella.
yes, let's do that. Also soaking wet, that's my reply. She changes her appearance into her Ayakashi form, lightly hugging me, her red wings glitter in the dark. And we fly off. Red wings melt in the darkness. We take off to the sky, and after a short night flight, we land. We're at our high school, in front of the already closed school gate. We're about to return from the journey that seemed long, even though it was fleeting. Oh, it literally also started raining at my place now. Heh. Through the dark, she looks at the school building from the school gate. I stood next to her, staring at her face. She's graduating. I realize.
Sorry I made you wait. Let's go.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
She nods.
we must get going.
Do we really have to? We turn our backs to the school building. I do it a little faster than Senpai, who is still lingering. And so we start our final trip back home. How was it? The high school life.
I have a lot of regrets, but looking back I think it wasn't bad.
Do you have a favorite event?
I do. Culture sport festivals are really good. They're lively, and just being there is a lot of fun.
That's something I'm super, jealous of when it comes to schools. I wish we had something like a cultural festival here. Sports festival, there's no such thing really. More like, tournaments between schools in various sports, but that was not it. There is no atmosphere like in Japan, basically. Can you do sports?
I wonder if I can. Both my body and my senses are different from yours.
Oh, it's kind of unfair.
My body's a pretty short-lived one, so forgive me for that. What about you?
Not really. I'm an indoor person. Unlike Lynx.
I was also an indoor Ayakashi.
Senpai, how is life in your original world?
Life there isn't very good. It's like being put inside a bug cage. We live in a confined space, and every day follows a fixed procedure. The most valuable thing for my family is to ensure that the routine isn't interrupted. It'd be pointless to argue about the pros and cons of that. It simply doesn't suit me. I really am sorry for being such a lacking daughter.
I don't think I have the right to meddle with your family matters, but I think I will. Okay? I'm going with you. That's what he should say. It's not that you're lacking, it's just not fitting for you. That's why I came here, and there must be others who like this kind of curiosity and courage as well.
Your words aren't too convincing.
Don't get carried away.
Can't I?
Actually, I don't really mind. As I was saying, I'm sure there are people in your world who can appreciate and accept you. Although I don't know much about the world of yours, so I'm sorry if I said something off the mark.
No, I won't. Thank you. Perhaps I came here without knowing much about my own world. I want to find a better way to live. What about you? What kind of life will you live after I leave?
A sad one. Well, I can't really imagine that. Will I still participate in a club if you're gone? I think I'll be bored. Honestly, it doesn't feel real to me. It's like tomorrow you will still show up at the club room like usual.
But I won't be coming back. I won't.
Right.
And that's why the present is the most important to me. Hey, Haruya-kun.
Yes?
I want you to call me by my name.
It was Kabane?
Not that one.
Yukino-san?
Oh, wow.
What's with that reaction?
Nothing. It's just such an amazing feeling. I wish you would have called me by my name sooner. It's embarrassing so maybe not.
Welcome to Japan, where calling someone by first name is embarrassing.
Or rather, Haruya-kun, you don't have what it takes. I'm your senpai, so I can tell. You won't be able to keep it up for even an hour. You can only hold back the embarrassment now because I'm about to leave. Oh, but I'm always very talkative. Could it be I'll become even more talkative when called by my name?
Yukino-san?
Yes.
Please don't leave.
Ah. I'm
sorry, okay? I'm being selfish. Please forget it.
No, I won't. I'll never forget what you said. For the rest of my life.
Yes, for a lifetime.
Hey, Haruya-kun, let me say one last thing.
What is it?
Perhaps you'll time it when it comes to speaking out. However, I want you to know that your words can be of help to someone. I hope you won't forget about that.
Thank you. I'll never forget. For the rest of my life.
For the rest of your life, huh? Yeah, I'm glad.
Senpai,
What?
can we meet again?
Hey... I want to, but I can't say more than that.
Is that so?
But well, yeah. Perhaps I'll come again on a rainy day.
On a rainy day? I was under the impression that happy things like reunions happen on sunny days.
It's fine if it's sunny, but we're parting ways on a rainy day, so we should meet again on a rainy day too, as the continuation of today.
Oh, that's nice. We'll meet again.
Meet again! Maybe one day far into the future, our relationship will continue forever and that is for sure. Then, I should remember to bring an umbrella.
No need. It's okay, forget your umbrella again. Because I'll definitely bring one to pick you up. I turned around and sounded pouring rain. Absent. The person who should have been here, she isn't any longer. The hand who was holding the umbrella is gone for a while. The cold rain hits me. Senpai once said that she likes walking in the rain. I can understand the feeling a little bit now. Yeah, I like that too, to be honest. I was finally understand her a little. Just a little bit. Unless it's windy, then it sucks. I hate wind, to be honest. Rain is cool, wind is not. Before long, along with the rain, I begin to walk home alone. I look up at the sky while getting wet in the rain. The night is far away. Oh, now that I think about it. I realized this when rendering in the previous, video, the first one. So with the events that I have not shown here because of the choice. So events before choice. There was a situation when he was walking he was walking back home alone as well, with the umbrella in his hand and so on. and there was like a figure behind him. During editing, I realized that it was the Reina Akashi already following her then. Huh. Yeah. Anyway. I look up at the night sky while getting wet in the rain. I mean, you have an umbrella. How do you get... the night is far away. The night is so far away that I feel I can almost touch it. Is there really no good end for them? Since then, the damage caused by the murder case has come to a sudden stop. According to police investigation, the victims all had criminal records, had bad behavior, or were in trouble with someone on the day they were killed. Wow. So basically she was doing the pretty much somehow sort of a good thing. For the time being, the police are investigating the murders under the assumption they were work of someone acting like a vigilante. I'm not going to say anything about this. It's a fair assessment of the perpetrator. Everything that left a trace of her has disappeared. It disappeared as if she had never existed. I go to the club room. She's not there. Her seat is empty. Even the assumptions and perceptions about her have been rewritten, and nobody remembers her. The photo of her I took at the Pledrangia garden that day disappeared from my smartphone. Fuck. Memories are the only thing that retains any vestiges of my senpai. Everything and anything that left her traces has been lost. And even my memories are gradually washed away by the rain, becoming faint, thin, and vague. Okay, that sucks. And even if I write down her name on a piece of paper so that I won't forget it, the next date will be blank. Even written memories are lost. I'm the one who spent most of my time with Senpai. There is no way I wouldn't be affected by the law of coherence. Fuck you, law of coherence. However, I was still trying to resist. But then I lost track of what I was fighting against. I forgot that I was even fighting. And the world went back to normal. God damn it. With one exception. Let's go! At some point I had photos on my cell phone that I didn't remember taking. At first glance it looks like a cheap prank, but I don't know why I would be saving such an image. I don't even remember the other person's name. But seeing the name makes me feel nostalgic. It even makes me cry when I say it out. Why? This person must have been very important to me. No. Even now, she's the most important person to me. I'm sure I'm alive thanks to her. And I'm living for her. Yo, this is a different outro now. What the heck? Yo, the makers of this game are so amazing. They had like a proper, basically opening animation. And now Diorama here strikes with a different outro. What in the world? This should be shown to other visual novel makers. Whoa, yo. Also, I noticed yesterday on each, which surprised me a lot. How is this thing not having any comments? It's been out for three days. There is not a single comment. I'm so surprised about that. I mean, then again, I could comment myself, but I don't know what to write. I feel bad. I don't know. I feel bad. Oh, there's still something more. With that said, please submit your work to the club magazine. Wait, we have color now? Alright. With summer vacation just around the corner, the president and I are having a meeting about this year's last club magazine.
Well then, that's it.
President! I involuntarily call out the president when she's about to leave the club room.
Yes?
I feel embarrassed to say something like this again, but since I've already stopped her, I have little choice but to go ahead with it. President, this is the last club magazine of the year.
That's right.
It's just... I'm going to miss you in the club.
He?
The president blinks. We look at each other in a strange atmosphere for a while, but then she bursts into laughter and says,
You'll be lonely, you say? Even though I barely showed my face.
But it's not like you didn't come at all either. Besides, the two of us have been supporting this club since spring.
Was it such a big deal? I don't remember spending any energy here.
Doesn't that mean it was a comfortable place? She laughs, I laugh a little too. She covers her eyes for a moment and looks hesitant, but in the end she can't hold back and ends up laughing. I wonder if she remembers.
It can't be helped. I have to graduate. You'll be alone next year.
Only if nobody else joins.
How to say it? I wouldn't have high hopes, but I'm rooting for you.
You don't think it can happen?
Being negative is a bad habit of mine, and it's not easy for people to get out of their habits.
She laughs embarrassedly. She then opens the door of the club room and turns around one last time.
But, well, thank you. Take care.
After saying that, she leaves the room. In the room where I am alone, I open the window. The breeze and light of July enter the club room. The outside world is bright and bathed in sunlight, and the colors that fly in are vivid to the eye. The scenery seen from the window of this club room will change little by little with the passing of time and seasons. And that's the moment I suddenly come up with it. Yes, that's it. Let's write about windows in the club magazine. Anything is fine, whether it's a novel or an essay about windows. So write about them. I don't remember what, but there is one thing that stuck to my mind. Of a day when someone opened the window I wanted to open. Oh. I can't imagine what it would be like in that situation. It seems like an ordinarily daily gesture. However, the fact that such a thing happened is strangely burned into my heart. So this is it. I should leave notice somewhere in this world that such a thing happened. That's what I feel. I will never forget. I think that as I lean out the window. I like being like this. I take my time to look at the distant scenery outside. And the club room. This exact room I'm in right now. At first it felt cramped, but now I can say it with confidence. I like this room. It's small, but it has a big window, and it's full of my precious things and time. Yes, I like this room.
Extra scene unlocked. Let's have hope.
Where is the extra scene? Where do you hide it? Contents?
Let's check it. I want to know. Dude, I hope, please, for the life of the freaking existence on the world, let them meet.
No, that is still something from the past? So you're the kind of person who reads manga in the literature club, huh? Sorry.
So you're the kind of person who reads manga in the literature club, huh?
I mean, reading manga is still reading. Senpai had a chair right next to me and was peering into the manga magazine I had opened. I was troubled because of her nice smell.
I wonder why the main characters in the manga often have scars on their bodies.
She muttered, staring at the character in a panel. Isn't that a mark? It means you have a special power. Senpai took her eyes off the manga, crossed her arms and legs, and began to think about something. It's probably not a good thing, so I poked her. Boop. What are you scamming now?
I want to mark you too.
What are you saying? Marking?
I'm not a dog, but I love dogs.
What? After conversation without context, Senpai brought her head close to me again. When she peered into the manga, her silky hair hung over my wrist.
Aren't you going to turn the page?
She looked at me with a sideways glance. I was just thinking.
Yes? About me?
That too. Her eyes widened in surprise. I guess my comment was unexpected.
Can't you tell me?
After some hesitation, I decided to nod. My body too. It has a scar.
That's... Can I ask why?
Sure. Otherwise, I wouldn't be telling you. She nodded. I had a big surgery when I was a child. And I have a scar on my back.
On your back?
Yeah, I can show it to you for...
True that. You can't because you'd look too sexy.
Where did this conversation come from? Is that comment appropriate? I continued talking while wondering. After surgery, I was convalescent for a while. It was during that time that I picked up reading, and my love for books started there.
So this means the scar is your reason for joining the club?
You could say so. That's right. Senpai mattered deeply. It's the first time I tell anyone about this.
Oh, I'm the first.
Yes, at least the first time since middle school.
That's... Somehow it makes me happy. But why did you tell me?
Why?
Yeah, because you're the type to think before talking.
Maybe I wanted you to know? I tried my best to mumble as if it was someone else's problem. If not, I'd be even more embarrassed than I already was.
Was that payback for the information about my liking dogs?
You think? I'd say the price and cost proportion isn't evenly matched.
Proportion, huh? In that case, I'll accept any question from you. I'll answer anything openly.
Then, what's your type of dog?
Okay.
The kind of dog over there, she said, narrowing her eyes.
That's what I like. A book lover that's surprisingly not obedient, and that like lollipops. Dogs with surgical scars on their backs.
Oi, I'm not a dog.
Hehehe. I know you're my kohai, and I didn't mention names. I was talking about dogs.
Right. I directed my eyes to the magazine again. This story, which started with the scars of a fictional character, passed through the scar on my back and ended up with a story about dogs. Seriously, can someone explain to me how did they not manage to, like, be together? I mean, she literally just said she likes him. God damn it! I know this is not like a love story and so on, but I want it to be. I want those two over here to have a happy ending. Senpai's arm suddenly wrapped around my back. My heart tightened from being hugged from behind. What is it?
I think of the scar on your back.
I looked sideways at her, who had her eyes closed. So pretty, I thought. This person is beautiful. My story. Was it that interesting?
Yeah, but that's because it's about you.
She snuggled up to me.
Your bag brought you to this literature club.
It's almost poetic.
That's how it feels.
She released me from her embrace. She then put her hand between the back of the chair and my back, letting her fingertips slide down the back of my uniform. Strangely enough, the trajectory of her finger accurately traced my surgical scar. Then she cut my back again. She hugged me tighter than before, and embrace filled with loving strength.
Maybe I'll think about this scar on your back many times from now on.
My whole body was stiff, down to my fingertips, and my heart was beating loudly. We were close to each other like never before. And the fact that she was thinking about the wound on my back, which is related to my foundation as a human being, made the deepest part of my core shake. Letting go of me, she closed her eyes and muttered as if recalling a distant memory.
If a person had wings, they would probably glow on their backs. Why did she suddenly say such a thing? I couldn't know.
I never even thought of imagining a scar as a wing. A scar was a scar. Senpai was the first to liken it to a wing. The magazine fell out of my hand, both hands freed, I touched her arm. End of May. Dull, cloudy sunlight was streaming to the room through the windows. The rainy season is coming, I thought. The rainy season with Senpai.
Huh.
Where is the extra scene 2?
I want them to have a happy end, man.
They deserve it. Like, there is a spot right here for exactly that. Come on. Ending C. Happy end. Come on, Diorama.
Diorama, we need you to do that.
I mean, I need you to do that. Ah. You know, I was saying this like from the perspective of music, but this game indeed is like Narkizu-like. It really is Narkizu-like overall. Wait, this was on Steam as well! What? Yeah, I totally opened each that video and... Yeah, dude, I have this in the library! Whoops. I did not even realize this game was on Steam. And it's been since October of last year. Wow. I actually have... I say I did not realize. I have this in the library, given the fact that I browse through Steam a lot, basically. And, you know, pretty much every day, at the end of the day, I check out what's been released. If it's free, I add it to the library. If not free, but piques my interest, I wishlist it and so on. And if not, then I click the ignore option, right? But this I actually have in the library. The fact that I kind of missed it is so crazy. Not installed. Why do I not see it for? Absent. Oh, okay. Alright, that explains a lot. There was no English version. I'm like, why can't I find it right now in my lovely no installed category? Not installed category, yes. And there was no English version. I understand. Ameni shite hito wo hazure. That's the Japanese title, apparently. Well, I guess big thanks to Marta Guel, because apparently she was the one who contacted the devs to localize the game, and wow. We can only be thankful to that person as well. What an amazing game this is. I still obviously wish There was like a happy ending for the two of them. But at the same time, you know, this way they sort of the game sort of will stay in memory more likely, because this was an amazing game. Okay, this was an amazing game. And again, I was saying that there is so much like similarity when it comes to music to Narciso. I think that got me in the first place. And then we got to the point where, wait, those endings. Why are those endings Narciso like as well? Sort of. I know it's not the same, but sort of similar. Like, basically sort of the end which you cannot really avoid. And that end, well, is not really the happiest one. Still, man, I do believe this was a banger of a game. I do believe this was a banger of game, and you know what? You yourself as well. Go to either itch.io or Steam. I will link both. Get the game yourself and spread the word about it, because it deserves to be talked about. Not gonna lie. I wonder if someone played it on YouTube, but doesn't feel like it. Yeah, surprisingly enough. I know, maybe YouTube is being an ass. What I noticed lately when it comes to YouTube, searching something is really not good. I don't like the way they changed it, not gonna lie. I really don't like it. Like, dude, I want to search for specifically what I wrote and you drop some crap. Whatever. Let's not complain about YouTube, even though there is a lot to complain about. Okay. You know what? I don't really need to say much. This game is amazing, okay? And so much effort has been put into it that it's mind-blowing as well. Plus the fact that it had like a properly animated intro. Epic. The fact that it had technically 2 completely different outros as well. I love that fact, okay? That was simply great. Well, both of the endings sad, obviously. And the extra scene, well, it was nice. It really makes you wonder how come they didn't end up being with each other as a couple before the events of the main game that we've played through. It does make me wonder that. Anyway, I guess we are going to cut it right here, right now. Hope you enjoyed this whole 2-episode log series. Consider liking the video if you did, that's always appreciated. If you're a new channel, subscribe. That's even more appreciated. We do play bangers like this from time to time. Sometimes we dive into dumpster photo. You never know. This was definitely not a dumpster dive. This was a dive into a very good game. A very good visual novel. Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram as well in the description if you're into that stuff. You can follow me there. Speaking of Twitch, I'm going live now quite often compared to the past, so you know. If you want to see, I guess, some Genshin, come around. Or just, you know, come around to hang out. Always. It's always fun to have someone around. With that being said, oh, and I'll repeat again. I'm linking the game to itch and to Steam in the description. Go and make some noise about it. Please. Right. Hope you all have a wonderful day. If you like rain, hopefully it's a rainy one for you. If you prefer the sunny day, hopefully it's a sunny one. And so on and so on. Whichever weather is better for you. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully with another banger of a game. Bye bye.